What is up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new, and if you are new, hit that subscribe button down below. Join the fam because we are growing and it's so exciting. And of course, welcome back to Vlogmas. Today's video is super fun, and I think it's the first time I've really done this kind of video or even came up with this. I'm just gonna go for it and kind of just speak the words in my head. I'm gonna word vomit for you guys. So every month of the year in my planner, I write down all of the things I did that month, whether they were really good things or really bad things, but something that was kind of monumental and like made a mark, something that I remembered about that month, etc. So today's video, I'm going to read through every single month of 2022, what I did in that month, my most iconic moments, my worst moments, maybe. I don't even remember what's in here, but when I read the little sticky notes, it is always a really cool reminder. So I'll show you guys. I have my planner right here, which I'm about to be retiring for the year. I actually put a little sticky note for each month. So this is January, it just has a little note, and on it, it has the most notable things that happened that month. So let's just get started. Of course, where I can, I'll definitely input footage of me doing the certain thing. So if it was about us traveling, I'll show you us traveling, etc., because I vlog a lot of my life. So I bet I have a lot of these photos too, so we can relive and recap the year. So in January of 2022, this is what went down. We went to Dancing with the Stars live. I remember this, of course. Me and Angelo do this every year, which I don't think we're going next year. I don't know. They're not coming to our city next year, but we went to Dancing with the Stars live in Columbus. It was so much fun. I had a blast. I love going to Dancing with the Stars live. It's a show I've watched since I was a kid, so that was really exciting. I also in January went to my first hip hop class. I can't even believe that was only in January because that's something I do every single week now, and I feel like it is totally my life routine. But in January, my friend Taylor surprised me by taking me to a hip hop class. It was part of my birthday gift for that year, and it was the best thing ever. We had a lot of fun and I just couldn't stop going, so I stuck with it, and now I do hip hop every week. So that one is really, really awesome. Thank you, Taylor. Ice skating with Drew is what I wrote on here. So we went ice skating with Angela's cousin Drew, who we recently started hanging out with at that point in the year, and that was super fun. And then of course in January, apparently I had to put down, I had COVID. This is on my not most iconic but worst moments of my year, and I will say one of the worst moments of my life. It's probably up there. When I got COVID in January, I really in my soul did not feel like I was going to be the same after. Like, it completely wrecked me. I was so sick for so long. I wrote on here the 18th through the 24th. So I had it for, what's that, 3, 6, 7, that's a full week of being down, and oh my gosh, for months after. I couldn't catch my breath. I couldn't do anything without being out of breath. I was so fatigued all the time, so tired. It was horrible. So definitely one of my not good moments this year. In February, I wrote down, I skied in Michigan. This was so awesome. I talked about this in my travel video just a few days ago, so if you haven't watched that, check it out and you can see more footage. But we went skiing on our ski trip, and in February I wrote that I started hip hop regularly. Like I said, I go every single week now. I started doing that in February after I got just a little taste in January. I could not stay away. It was so amazing. Okay, in March, this is really exciting because in March I visited Phoenix, Sun City West, Flagstaff, and Sedona, Arizona. I also visited Orange Beach and Gulf Shores, Alabama, and we went to a co-hatch event for International Women's Day. So Taylor and I went to a really awesome event where there were a few women who own their own businesses, run their own services, etc., who spoke at an International Women's Day event, and we attended and had a great time, learned some amazing things, and met some amazing people. So that was really cool. That was a great month. Moving into April, I'm trying to move along pretty quickly because I know these talking videos can get a little lengthy. But so in April, I'm so excited because in April I accepted a new position at a new job that I love. It is such a relief because for a long time before that I was really struggling with the position I was in the company I was at. So to be offered a position, let alone accepting it, was a million out of 10. I was elated. So I accepted my position. I put in my 2 weeks at my previous job. Those were two of the craziest things that happened that month. And then also something that was really fun is that I saw Bill Burr perform at the Schottenstein Center in Columbus, Ohio. So Angelo and I went to a Bill Burr comedy show. We had a freaking blast. It was really fun. I had never really seen much comedy before that, so that was definitely my first experience, and it was also a huge show, so that was an amazing time. And that is all of my most notable moments of April. So now we're on to May already. May is where it gets crazy because this one has 2 sticky notes. Lots of things went down. So in May, I left my old job and started at my new job. I also presented at my first professional conference as a marketing professional. I presented at the HubSpot World Certification Week conference with my old boss and coworker and friend, Amy, who I loved working with. I miss her so much, but her and I presented together on professional development in the workplace and that kind of thing. So that was very exciting to do my first ever presentation. It was so scary, but it was so fun. Oh my gosh. In May, one of my YouTube videos hit 57,000 views. That was an iconic moment of my year, one of the #1 ones, because that felt so awesome after I've been working so hard in these videos and just really putting my heart into my channel, because that's what I love to do. I think it's so fun. To see that many people watching one of my videos was definitely shocking. Couldn't believe that even happened, and it was a highlight for sure. Also in May, we put in an offer on our first home. We had been looking for a house, and in May is when we put our first offer in. Although our first offer wasn't accepted, it was still an iconic moment to put in our first offer. It was so scary. We did not know even what we were doing. I mean, we were very educated and a lot of helpful people on our side, but also just, you can never describe the feeling of that until you've done it. So that one was really crazy. Also in May, I started going to Zumba classes, and I got a class pass, which is really exciting. A class pass was one of the benefits for my new position, so it's something we all get to use whenever we want. So I started trying Zumba classes on my class pass, and now that's also part of my routine, something I do every week and something that I love to do. So definitely a highlight. On to the second sticky note for May. It's a really long one, but we had a baby shower at my dance studio. So I have been taking hip hop at that point, and our teacher was about to have a baby. We decided to throw her a surprise baby shower, and she had no idea. It was so awesome, so rewarding. We all brought gifts and food, and we all hung out after our class and had a little shower. It was incredible, and she loved it, which made it that much sweeter. And yeah, that was definitely an iconic moment. I love reliving these memories because that's something that I want to remember. I really loved that dance teacher, and I loved speaking with her and learning from her every week, so being able to do that for her was awesome. Next, I wrote that we saw Top Gun Maverick. This was really exciting because we saw it on opening night. Angela's family is really into the original Top Gun, so seeing Maverick was definitely at the top of our list. We were all ready to go to see it, so we did our homework, watched the original version the night before. The next night, opening night, we went and saw Maverick all together as a family, and we had a blast. Absolutely loved it. Also in May, we had the Lifestyle Pottery grand opening. My friend Bella, if you all don't know, owns her own pottery studio. We just went there back in November for our anniversary to make some pottery, and she opened her storefront in May, and we were so excited. We went to the grand opening. I thought it was the most beautiful, amazing thing to see her dream like really come to life, and I'm so proud of her because I think she does amazing work and totally deserves it, and she works so hard. So this was awesome. Also in May, my cousin Delaney graduated high school. Delaney, if you're watching, congrats. It was such an iconic moment. We got to watch her walk, and of course I vlogged, so I'll put in some clips here, but it was really awesome to see my little baby cousin all grown up. She's graduating high school, which made me feel a little bit older than I normally feel, so definitely a really fun time. And lastly, we celebrated a long weekend for Memorial Day with Angela's cousins Kyle and Marissa, who are also our friends. Marissa, if you're watching, hi. I know Kyle probably isn't, which is okay, but we had such a fun day celebrating with them, going to the pool, just hanging out, eating burgers and good food, and having a good time. We love when we get to spend time with Kyle and Marissa. They're some of our favorite people. Okay, moving on to June. In June, Angelo took me to the PGA Tour Memorial Tournament. This is crazy because it's something I know nothing about. I'm not into golf. I used to golf as a kid for fun. It was never something I took super seriously or knew a lot about, but we got tickets to go to the PGA Tour and it was incredible. We got up super early in the morning, did the whole day, went with Angelo and his dad, and we had such a fun time watching golf. I was on TV randomly enough. Our cousins were watching and they saw me on TV. Such a fun time. I cannot even believe that that is something we got to do because it was really exciting. In June, I also wrote that we rode bikes 4.25 miles. I know Angelo did way more than that, but for me, riding 4.25 miles was definitely a big ride. I had struggled so hard with it. I did not enjoy it, I will say. It's not, to me, one of my most iconic moments, but I am proud of myself that I pushed through because riding bikes is something Angelo loves to do and he can just go and go and go, and I'm not so in shape when it comes to something like that. So that was a big accomplishment for me and I was really proud of myself about it. And lastly, in June, we bought a house. I can't even believe that happened this year. I have been thinking about it for years. We've wanted to buy a house in the past, but it hasn't always been possible, and this year it happened, and it was the most exciting, rewarding feeling of my life. It was so amazing. I cannot even emphasize enough how awesome it feels to be able to do that, especially at a young age. So iconic. In July, we hiked at the Cuyahoga Valley National Park in Cleveland, Ohio. This was really exciting because it's a national park that's in our own state and we'd never been there before. So we did a really fun hike and went to a waterfall. I believe the trail was called Blue Hen Falls. I'm pretty sure it was called Blue Hen Falls. We got to see some other YouTubers who are travel YouTubers. We saw their camper like driving through the park, so that was cool, and it was just a really nice day to spend with Angelo and his dad and brother. We also went to Grandpa's Cheese Barn after, which if you're from Ohio, you know, and if you're not, you're like, what the heck? It is an iconic place to visit, so that makes it an iconic moment. Also in July, we hiked at Delaware State Park, and of course we closed on our house, which is the most exciting thing. So we had put the offer in, we had a long period of lots of money, lots of details, lots of paperwork, but finally in July we were able to close on our house. Now we're moving into August, and in August we moved into our new house. So like you can tell, this was a few months of work to get to this point, but in August we were actually able to move in, and then we renovated our house, which took forever, and we're still not done. If you've been watching those videos or you know us in real life, you know that to be the bane of our existence, because we thought our renovations would be pretty easy. We were like, oh, 2 weeks is definitely enough time. We'll finish our renovations, move out of our apartment, and have some time to spare. LOL. We couldn't have been more wrong. We moved out of our apartment in a literal scurry. My mom had to come help us, and it was a big fat disaster, but now we're here and we've made it, and we don't regret anything. It was just a learning experience for sure. In addition, in August, my best friend Taylor was able to get her own store, Naz Thrift, her brand that she's been building for the past few years, and something I've helped her with along the way, which has really become my baby as well. Definitely, I mean, it's her baby, but I really feel so strongly about it after helping her work on it and seeing her vision, and she was able to get a storefront. So that was amazing and definitely a highlight of my year. Like, that's up there. Next, in September, I traveled to New York City. Me and Angelo and his dad went to New York City and stayed for the weekend. It was amazing, and this is also in our travel video, so I won't get too into it. We hosted the Woman Up Market, so this was also with my friend Taylor, who owns Naz Thrift. She also concepted and started Woman Up, which is a market that brings together women business owners of Columbus, and we always support a cause as well. And so we had a Woman Up Market. It was really amazing. We hosted it at Brewdog, which is an awesome brewery here in the city, and we were able to donate part of our profits to the Out of Darkness organization here in Columbus. So definitely check out Woman Up. I will leave the Instagram in the description below. If you ever want to shop with us or be a vendor at our market, definitely follow that page, and that's where the updates will be. But this was really exciting. Taylor and I worked on this for months and months, so it was really rewarding to see it come together. So many people came, my family came. It was an incredible turnout, so Woman Up was so amazing. Gotta keep moving fast because I know this video is long, you guys. In September, we hosted friends at our house for our housewarming party. This was so amazing and felt really awesome to do. I went to the Banksyland exhibit with my friend Amy, who I mentioned earlier in this video. Here is us being at the Banksyland exhibit. We looked at a lot of Banksy's work. Some of it was original, some of it was not, but more like replicas, and it was awesome. We absolutely loved it. We were geeking out, so definitely had a good time there. And of course, in September, I traveled to Connecticut for my work retreat, which also was on TikTok and also was in my travel video. Let's move on. We're in October, so we're almost to the end of the year. In October, we went to the pumpkin patch. This is a highlight of my year every year. When fall hits, I am at the pumpkin patch buying pumpkins and taking cute pictures. That's my favorite thing to do in the fall. I absolutely love it. So we went to the pumpkin patch in October. I also started working for Now's Thrift in October officially, so I had been helping Taylor here and there, but in October she brought me onto the team, and that was so exciting. So thank you, Taylor, for allowing me to be a part of the journey, because I greatly appreciate it and I have such a fun time. Also in October, I took a Hamilton masterclass from Carrie Channing, who is in Hamilton on Broadway. She taught an amazing class at one of my studios, and she really sparked some inspiration within me and made me want to like fully be a dancer again. I had such a good time. I felt like I did a good job, and I had a lot of pride in my performance at that class, which is just something that I needed for me. So that was really exciting. Also in October, we saw Dracula as performed by the Ballet Met. Angelo and I went with my friend Justin, and we had a super fun night watching this in the theater, and it was incredible. And of course, we hosted a Halloween party in October. This was our first party in our house aside from our housewarming party, and it was really awesome to bring all our friends together in a place that we own and made our own and that we love. It felt so good. Okay, only 2 more months, but now we're to November. So last month in November, Angela and I celebrated 5 years of dating and being together, which is incredible and crazy and awesome all in one. We celebrated our anniversary doing pottery at Lifestyle Pottery that I mentioned earlier, our friend Bella's studio, and we had an awesome date night. But also we've just kind of been thinking about it a lot over the past 2 months and celebrating in little ways too that we've been together for 5 years. So crazy. Also in November, we had Thanksgiving with our families. We had Thanksgiving with my family, and then we also traveled to Chattanooga, Tennessee to have Thanksgiving with Angelo's family as well. So we got to celebrate with everyone, and of course got to travel, which you guys know is our favorite thing to do ever. So that was really amazing. And I had my 24th birthday in November. So that's a wrap on November, and now we have December this month, which isn't over yet. I know there might be 1 or 2 more things that happen, but so far in December, I was able to go to my 5th Max concert ever. Max is one of my favorite music artists, and I got to go to his concert this year with Angelo's sister and brother, and then Angelo's cousin was also there, so it was super cool to hang out with them, but also amazing to see Max in concert for the 5th time. I just love him, and he always puts on a good show. Also in December, very concert-oriented month, I guess. Not only did I get to see Max, but I also got tickets to see Sabrina Carpenter. I'm obsessed with her. Me and Angela love her music. We listen to it, I would say, pretty much every day. Like, almost every day I'm telling Alexa to play Sabrina Carpenter. And then also I got tickets to Taylor Swift's Eras tour. I can't even believe I'm saying that, because I sat in the queue for hours. I mean hours, maybe like 6 hours or more, the day that it opened, and had the infamous crashing of Ticketmaster saga, and I got nothing. I got to the checkout like 6 times, and every single time it kicked me out. So I didn't get tickets until they emailed me and said that I was selected for the opportunity to purchase 2 tickets. So I had to wait in the line again to put my name down, and then I had to wait in the line again for interest forms and whatever. I had to wait in so many lines, but needless to say, I got a ticket and I am going to the Eras tour. I can't believe it, and I've been such a Taylor fan since I was literally a little kid, like seriously a little kid. And I used to listen to her like debut album because I was really into country when I was younger, and I still am, but She originally was my favorite country singer, so I'm very excited to be seeing her in concert. And I haven't celebrated Christmas yet because, of course, as you know, Christmas hasn't come, but Christmas is the holiday that I celebrate at this time of year, and I know it's going to be a highlight to celebrate that with my family. And something that also hasn't happened yet, but I know it's going to be one of the most iconic moments of the year, is meeting my new cousin. Her name is Alice, and she was just born in December, and I won't meet her until Christmas, so I don't have a picture with her yet, but I get to see her soon. Anyway, that is all for this video. I hope you enjoyed hearing about my year, and I cannot wait to see you tomorrow.